Hi, you're with Simon here at English Coach, and today we're talking about learning styles and multiple intelligences. Let me go straight through the list with you now, showing the 9 intelligences and a brief explanation of each one. Okay? So number 1 is linguist. Linguistic ability, the ability to use words, to speak, to express yourself through words, and learn languages. Okay? It is a personal belief of mine that people can learn languages after the critical period. The critical period is after 16 years old. So, this is a deep belief of mine, and I'd like you to understand why. I have learned at least 3 languages after the age of 20, and so I believe that it was never a natural talent of mine and something that I acquired out of both necessity and entertainment. So I say it's completely open for anyone. And if you're over 20 and you're thinking, well, there's no way I could learn a language because it's something you have to do when you're younger, when your brain's developing, think again. This is something that you can develop, and it's a great activity full of reachable goals that you can create for yourself over the space of the years in which you learn this language. Okay, the next learning style here is musical. Now I connect musical with linguist because of course there's language involved, there's singing involved, and also because it's an expression. So musical is a learning style that connects with part of who you are. If you have that natural musical skill in you, then this is a learning style that's probably quite strong in you. I do connect this onto number 3, and number 3 is mathematical and logical, and I connect it to that because in music there are beats, and beats are countable. And I see one thing that musicians often do is they count. They count beats and they time chords, and therefore it is mathematical. So talk about number 4 is the mathematical or logical question. Being able to talk about maths and things that require logic, including physics, which is quite a complicated subject, and also things like detective work, being able to solve crimes by finding patterns, physical patterns like blood and fingerprint evidence and these kinds of things, and other things that other people don't see. Okay, this is absolutely amazing. I'd love to have more of this. Okay, I don't think this is developed enough in me, so it's one of the areas that I would like to improve on. Number 4 is spatial, and the ability to see things in 3D, and I connect that with mathematical and logical because a lot of engineers have this ability to look at and project things with their mind, thinking in 3D about the measurements and the sizes of things, which I think is absolutely incredible. Also something that I'd like to have more skill in, which I think is something that's lacking in me. Okay, connecting spatial, which is number 4, to number 5, which is kinesthetic. Kinesthetic corresponds directly with sports and your ability to see how your body moves in relation to the ball that you're playing with, or the guys in your team or the opposite team. So I think there's a lot of spatial and kinesthetic. I think they are connected, and so this is something really important to consider, that all of these learning styles are actually connected, and I'm showing you how. The next one is, after kinesthetic, is existential, and how you look at life. How you look at life and how you look at death. So your life, what does it mean to you? And the thought of dying, like what's going to happen after you die. Questioning these things. I think there's a lot of philosophy in that, a bit of spirituality, and a bit of religion in that. And, you know, there's things like not just your beliefs, but your rituals, the things that you practice on an everyday basis, reading spiritual literature and praying and things like that. I connect that directly with interpersonal. Now, I do that because there are some people that really need the spiritual link or the existential link. So the next learning style we're talking about is intrapersonal, because intrapersonal is all about knowing yourself. And I think spirituality and religion and philosophy are wonderful ways of questioning yourself if they're not too fixed. And so you have the ability and you have the opportunity to read this kind of literature, go through these kinds of, let's say, masses or sermons or gatherings where they share insights and ideas about our spirit and our morality and things like that. You reflect on that and you come to a better conclusion about who you are. And that's why I relate intrapersonal with existential. Okay. After that, number 8 on the list is interpersonal. Now, interpersonal is about your ability to interact and communicate with other people. And I connect that with intrapersonal because it's like the other side of the coin. You know yourself, but how well do you know yourself in relation to others? And are you able to communicate with other people the same way that you communicate with yourself? So it's the other side to the coin, you know, that ability to make friends, that ability to express yourself in the correct way, make yourself really understood. I think this is an art form that is dying now. It's dying. A lot of people have these really big misunderstandings. I'm not just talking about social media, but face to face. And I really say this is evidence that there's not enough interpersonal / intrapersonal, because you need to know yourself and then you need to know others, and you need to be able to communicate without projecting some of the bad stuff that is going in and out of your mind. Okay. Now the last one is natural. The last learning style here, number 9, is natural, and that's about what part of nature are you connected to. I think everybody is connected some way to natural. I think people probably don't question themselves on it. Maybe they don't really take advantage of enjoying nature when they're traveling or when they have free time. And I would connect this back to intrapersonal, which is something to do with yourself, because take everybody in this world. There has to be something that they love about nature. If it's not just the oxygen that they can breathe and continue living on. Okay? For example, a lot of people are beach people. Now, most people say, okay, the beach, but you know, why do we go to the beach? We like to join with our friends. We like to play sports there. A lot of people don't focus on the fact that it's a natural area. You've got the sea there, that's a natural area, and the sand, it's all natural. So if you're associating the beach and sea with things you like, then that's a natural connection to nature. Okay? So a lot of people that do that should be aware of that. But it could be mountains. It could be that you love going to the mountains, that you love seeing the snow, that you love hiking, this kind of thing in the mountains. This is really connected to nature. There's no way you cannot connect that to nature. Or something more pure than that, where you are going into a forest and you're going hiking and you're exploring animals and you're exploring plants and you're seeing how things live together, which is just so connected to nature. I think it would be like the best definition of someone who has a really close connection with nature and that learning style. But there's other connections, like having pets, having animals that you're really connected to, that even though they're domesticated, that is one thing that you can count as having a connection to nature. Now, I just want to reiterate one idea that has been proven over the last 5 years or 6 years, and that is that focusing on the learning styles that are your strengths will not actually improve you. Okay, this has been proven in classrooms all over the world, or in countries where where research has taken place, where there have been studies about this. It's false. It's false that these multiple intelligence or these learning styles, when focused on the strengths, give you better results. This is not true, okay? In fact, I would say it's the opposite. When you focus on the things that are not developed in you, whether it be linguistics, whether it be spiritual, existential, whether it be to do with nature, whether it to be toward mathematics or logic. That's when you strengthen everything. That's when you become a better learner, is when you fill in those gaps, when you work on those things that you really need to improve. And this is the purpose of my video today. The purpose of my video is really to make you think about these 9 items, which are linguistic, musical, mathematical, logical, spatial, kinesthetic, existential, intrapersonal, interpersonal, and nature. Look at all of these areas, and from what I've said today, look at what is really lacking in you. Look at what you would like to build on a little bit and work on it, okay? This is my video for today. I hope you enjoyed it, and I really liked being on here, expressing these things with you. It's something that I'm learning about, and it's something that I would like to share. If you have a doubt, if you have a correction to make, something that you see that I've said that you believe is wrong, please leave a comment below, and please subscribe. Thank you so much.